All the symbols are interchangeable, for each one containeth in itself its own opposite, and this is the great mystery of the supernals that are beyond the abyss. For below the abyss contradiction is division, but above the abyss contradiction is unity. And there could be nothing true except by virtue of the contradiction that is contained in itself. When that was given to the master Therion, how obscure a saying and hard that seemed to him. Yet in the light of the above paragraphs, how simply obvious the proposition has become and how far short of truth. What then can be meant by the title of this compilation, Little Essays Towards Truth? Do we not all assume a perfect illogical conception of truth as an entity of the supermundane order, whence a whirling flame and flying light subsist? Do we not instinctively assimilate these ideas of truth? All the symbols are interchangeable. Do we not instinctively assimilate these ideas of truth and light, though there is no rational nexus? Is it not clear then that we do understand each other perfectly, so far as we can understand each other at all in a sphere such as Zoroaster calls intelligible, which subsisteth beyond mind, but which we should seek to grasp with the flower of mind? Must we not then assent to that other oracle, in which the Magus most sublime asserts, for the king of all previously placed before the polymorphous world a type, intellectual, incorruptible, the imprint of whose form is sent forth through the world, by which the universe shone forth decked with ideas, all various, of which the foundation is one and alone. From this the others rush forth, distributed and separated through the various bodies of the universe, and are borne in swarms through its vast abysses, ever whirling forth. Instinctively assimilate these ideas. From this the others rush forth, distributed and separated through the various bodies of the universe, and are borne in swarms through its vast abysses, ever whirling forth in illimitable radiation. They are intellectual conceptions from the paternal fountain, partaking abundantly of the brilliance of fire in the culmination of unresting time. But the primary self, perfect fountain of the Father poured forth these primogenial ideas. It is to be remembered that the oracles of Zoroaster continually proclaim in words of boundless brilliancy the doctrine here set forth. These essays are indeed a species of commentary thereupon, and I may say that I only came to understand them as perfectly as I now do in the course of this writing. Now this same truth, which is light, which is implicit in each spark of the intelligible, what is it but the self of every man? It is this that informs his every motion, this that lies closest to his heart and soul. The others rush forth, distributed and separated through the various bodies of the universe. It is this that informs his every motion, this that lies closest to his heart and soul, being indeed the mainspring and the dial, the principle of section and of measure. Now initiation is, by etymology, the journeying inwards. It is the voyage of discovery. O wonder world of one's own soul! And this is truth. This is the truth that stands upon the prow. Eternally alert, this is truth that sits with one strong hand gripping the helm. This is our truth. Truth is our path, and truth is our goal. Aye, there shall come to all a moment of great light when the path is seen to be itself the goal. And in that hour every one of us shall exclaim, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Yea, the life also, life eternal in time and boundless in space. For what is life but the continual resolution of the antimony? It is this that informs his every motion, this that lies closest to his heart and soul, being indeed the mainspring. And this is the truth that stands upon the prow, eternally alert. This is truth that sits with one strong hand gripping the helm. Truth is our path, and truth is our goal. Aye, there shall come to all a moment of great light when the path is seen to be itself the goal. And in that hour every one of us shall exclaim, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Yea, the life also, life eternal in time and boundless in space. For what is life but the continual resolution of the antimony of the diverse by the spasm of love under will? That is, by the constantly explosive, the orgiastic perception of truth, the dissolution of individuality in one radiant star of truth, that ever revolveth and goeth, and filleth the heavens with light. I beseech you earnestly, dear brethren, to grapple manfully as mighty wrestlers with the ideas of these little essays, to understand them. And this is with the extended flame of far-reaching mind, measuring all things except that intelligible. But it is requisite to understand this, for if thou inclinest thy mind, thou wilt understand it, not earnestly. But it is becoming to bring with thee a pure and inquiring sense, to extend the void mind of thy soul to that intelligible, that thou mayst learn the intelligible, because it subsisteth beyond mind. For thus not only will you develop the spiritual intuition, the very neshama of your divine being, but in the degree of your concentration, of your power to slow down and finally to stop the irritable movements of your ratiocinative machinery. To transmute these essays, the prima materia of your great work, passing them through the stage of the black dragon, in which your rational ideas are wholly destroyed and putrefied, you will succeed in inflaming them in the fierce furnace of your creative wills, until all things burn up together into one blazing mass of living, of relentless light. With the extended flame. And thus come ye to Samasamadhi, thus are ye free forever of all the bouds that bound your Godhead. A similar fire flashingly extending through the rushings of air, or a fire formless whence cometh the image of a voice, or even a flashing light bounding, revolving, whirling forth, crying aloud. Also there is the vision of the fire flashing courser of light, or else a child borne aloft on the shoulders of the celestial steed, fiery, clothed with gold, or naked, or shooting with the bow shafts of light, and standing on the shoulders of the horse. Then if thy meditation prolongeth itself, thou shalt unite all these symbols into the form of a lion. Then shall ye stand what is truth, for ye shall understand yourselves, and ye are truth. And thus come ye to Sama. Abhidhamma, the collection of treatises which embody the metaphysics of the Buddhist philosophy. Ahamkara, the ego-making faculty. Ananda, bliss. Asana, posture, any correct position of holding the body. Absolutic world, the archetypal world that gave birth to 3 other worlds, each containing a repetition of the Sephiroth, but in a descending scale of brightness. Babylon, Our Lady, Sequinox 5, the vision and the voice. Beth, second house, second letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It is the letter of wisdom. Magic, Mercury. Bhagavad Gita, sacred hymn of the Vedanta philosophy, translated by Sir Edward Arnold in the song Celestial. Bina, understanding the third emanation of the Absolute, the first He of the Tetragrammaton, the Mother in the Trinity. See diagram, Bina, understanding. Chaya, the creative impulse or will, the second principle of the 5-fold constitution of man. Kokma, wisdom, the second emanation of the Absolute, the Yod of Tetragrammaton, the Father in the Trinity. See diagram. Koronson, Equinox 5, the vision and the voice, 10th ether. Dath, knowledge, child of Kokma, Bina in one sense, in the other, the empty and structureless condition of Koronson. Exempt edit, grade 7 degrees equals 4 to the square, which refers to Chesed, the correspondence of Jupiter. See diagram. Gebura, strength, the 5th emanation of the Absolute, the Sephira of Mars. See diagram. Hadit, the infinitely small and atomic yet omnipresent point. See Liber Legis, Equinox 7, also Liber 555, Harpocrates, the Egyptian god of silence, the babe in the egg, the image of the concealed father, the Lord of defense and protection. Harpocrates, the Egyptian god of silence, the babe in the egg, the Lord of defense and protection. Horus, an Egyptian cosmogony, child of Isis and Osiris. The true magic of Horus requires the passionate union of opposites. The new eon of Horus, the crowned and conquering child. See magic. Ipsissimus, grade 10 degrees equals 1 to the squared, is beyond all comprehension of those of lower degrees. Yechida, the quintessential principle of the soul. one principle of the fivefold constitution of man, Yechidah, quintessential principle of the soul. Karma, that which is made, the law of cause and effect, see science and Buddhism. Kether, the crown, the first emanation of the Absolute. Kether is in Malkuth, and Malkuth is in Kether, but after another manner. Malkuth reflects Kether, for that which is above is like that which is below, and that which is below is like that which is above. Magic, the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will. Socrates, the Egyptian god of silence, the babe. Magic, the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will. See Magic in Theory and Practice by the Master Therion. Magus, a magician, also technically a master of the grade 9 degrees equals 2 to the squared, the highest grade which it is ever possible to manifest in any way whatever upon this plane. Attains to wisdom, declares his law, and is the master of all magic in its greatest and highest sense. Major adept, a grade of adeptship, 6 degrees, 5 to the squared, obtains a general mastery of all practical magic, though without full comprehension. Neshama, intuition, aspiration, intelligence, the third principle of the fivefold constitution of man, see diagram. Nefesh, the animal soul of man, senses, emotion, the fifth principle of the fivefold constitution of man. Nuit, infinite space, see Liber Ligus and Equinox 7. Osiris, the ancient Egyptian redeemer, father of Horus. Osiris, the ancient Egyptian redeemer, father of Horus. Octinomos, master magician. Pyramids, the city of Binah. The third Sephirah referred to Saturn. The final destruction of the knowledge of death opens the gate of the city of the pyramids. See the vision and the voice. Kabbalah, the tradition of the secret wisdom of the Hebrews. Ruach, the intellect and other mental qualities. Reason, the fourth principle of the fivefold constitution of man. See 777N diagram. Sabe pidukum, everything is sorrow. Samadhi, ecstasy or superconsciousness, etymologically together with the Lord. Samadhi, right Samadhi, Sephiroth, the tree of life, see the Temple of Solomon. Equinox 5, the Sephiroth, the book of emanations. The Sephiroth, the book of emanations, describes the gradual evolution of the deity from negative into positive existence. See Equinox 1, 8, supplements and diagrams. Sila, virtue. Tarot, the book of thought, the pictorial epitome of the ancient initiated wisdom, a method of divination based on the Kabbalistic tree of life. I praise the luxuriant rapture of innocence, the virile and pantomorphous ecstasy of all fulfillment. I praise the crowned and conquering child whose name is force and fire, whose subtlety and strength make sure serenity, whose energy and endurance accomplish the attainment of the Virgin of the Absolute, who being manifested is the player upon the sevenfold pipe, the great God Pan. Being withdrawn into the perfection that he willed is silence. Perfection that is silence, this perfection is ever the same. This is the true idea of silence. It is our will which issues, perfectly elastic, sublimely protean, to fill every interstice of the universe of manifestation which it meets in its course. There is no gulf too great for its immeasurable strength, no strait too arduous for its imperturbable subtlety. It fits itself with perfect precision to every need. Its fluidity is the warrant of its fidelity. Its form is always varied by that of the particular imperfection which it encounters. Its essence is identical in every event, and always the effect of its action is perfection, that is silence, and this perfection is ever the same, being perfect, yet ever different, because each case presents its own peculiar quantity and quality. It is impossible for inspiration itself to sound a dithyramb of silence, for each new aspect of Hippocrates is worthy of the music of the universe throughout eternity. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I just completed a book. It's called Little Essays on Truth. Okay, this is called The Great Secret of Silence Wisdom. This is Doge. I just finished reading a book called Little Essays Towards Truth. Mrs. Kia, welcome. Hi,
But the other way you know that is
Chaya, the creative impulse of will. Chaya, the creative impulse of will. The second principle of the fivefold constitution of man. Kokma, wisdom. The second emanation of the absolute, the Yod. Tetragrammaton, the Father in the Trinity. See diagram. Koron.